Welcome everyone to our False Claims Act today. Houston edition will be in the Southern District of Texas in Houston on February 21st of 2019. And today we have with us Mitch Kreindler of Kreindler Associates. Mitch will be in our Relators Council seat for False Claims Act today. Mitch, give us a sense of kind of a sneak preview. What can we expect from you on the panel?
Well, I think this is going to be a great panel. Obviously, I'll give the point of view from the Relators standpoint, Relators Council standpoint, but it's infrequent that you get together everybody who's involved in these kinds of actions. So you'll have Defense Counsel, Relators Council, we'll have someone from the government, and maybe most interestingly, we'll have a judge from the Southern District of Houston.
Wonderful. So give us a little sense of being Relators Counsel. What kind of cases, I mean, we know about healthcare, for instance, but what other kinds of cases maybe that one doesn't expect under the False Claims Act do you see across your desk, like visas, customs types cases? See any of those at all?
We actually have under seal right now a case that involves visa fraud. Some of those different avenues for fraud they make a more difficult challenge in terms of finding the damages under the False Claims Act. But obviously the federal government is the largest purchaser of everything in the United States. And so there's a lot of room for any kind of procurement fraud where the government is involved in purchasing anything from paper clips to rocket launchers.
Give us a sense, whistleblowers come into your office and they want to know a little bit about what to expect. What kind of advice are you giving to whistleblowers?
Usually when it comes to advice, I think it's really paper your case. Make sure you have the proof and the information to back up what it is you're claiming. The False Claims Act is not a tip statute. It's a statute where you need to come in and really prove your claims. And then once they've gotten to the point where we can move forward on that basis, it's always be patient because these cases take a long time to resolve, anywhere probably from 3 to 5 years, and many of the larger ones take much longer. So it requires a lot of patience because nothing happens quickly.
So there's a lot of activity in the beginning and then kind of a lull over time.
Hurry up to wait.
I got it. So let's talk about our venue, Southern District of Texas. Let's say that one is considering filing a False Claims Act case in the Southern District of Texas. What are some of the things that Relators Council might consider?
Well, one of the things that I think most people don't know is that the Southern District has some really terrific AUSAs. And there's some very, very strong attorneys on the government side who not only are good at their jobs, but really enjoy working with relators and do see relators as being partners in False Claims Act cases. And that's not something that you find in a lot of jurisdictions around the country. So that's number one. But number two is really just making sure that you come in with a strong case. And I don't think that's different from other jurisdictions where the more information you have, the more you've thought through your theory of liability, the more detailed your allegations, the better reception you're going to get.
So Relators Council can actually expect to work with the AUSA on the case in the Southern District of Texas if they file it there.
Absolutely. They really do set up a strong partnership where they don't just report to you every few months. Usually you will work very closely hand in hand with the government on those cases.
What do you like the most about being Whistleblower Counsel?
I like being able to facilitate people's stories. People who are whistleblowers have had a hard time finding a path to stop the fraud. Sometimes they think they're nuts, right? Because they think they're the only one who sees it. Because at their company, they're being told to shut up, just go along to get along. And maybe their spouse is telling them, you need this job, keep your head down and shut up. And so when they finally find someone like myself, it's like suddenly the cloud is lifted and the burden is lifted off their shoulders, and they find a partner to help them push these allegations. So I sleep well every night. We're always on the side of right. We're on the side of good. We're always partnering with the government to try to stop fraud. And so it's a very rewarding practice from that standpoint, but really advancing the whistleblower's claims and helping the whistleblower get their story out is probably the most rewarding thing.
Mitch, tell us a little bit about you. When you're not lawyering, give us a sense of where you spend your time.
Well, in the last couple of years, my wife and I have become empty nesters. So this creates a whole new freedom, and anybody who's got kids will like to know that empty nesterhood is a reward for years and years of parenting. So we've been doing a lot of travel, and so I think that will probably continue at least for the foreseeable future. And we're just kind of enjoying that time.
Mitch, thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
And to everyone, our conference will be on February 21st. That's 2019 in Houston. You can sign up at fedbar.org. We look forward to seeing you there.